Do you want to start our trailer analysis again and just go through it shot by shot?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
How about this? Everything we said so far is gonna go on Patreon.
Okay.
The depressed version.
And
now we're gonna do a
Okay.
we're gonna do a shot by shot happy version.
Okay.
Okay,
so okay, welcome to the second Shadows Die Twice trailer analysis. Where we've gotten some things out of our system. And if you want to hear what those are, you can get them on Patreon. Please don't. So now that I know what to expect, and I'm prepared, let's talk about this shot by shot.
Yay! So hyped! Okay, so it starts with Zero. What is that?
I don't know.
Is that a gaming thing? You're supposed to know these things, know everything.
I'll Google it.
Is it Computer Entertainment Rating Organization?
Yeah, that would make sense, yeah.
And what is it telling us?
It's telling us that this was rated.
But what is it telling us in Japanese?
I don't know.
Okay, we'll have to ask Mai. Okay.
Okay, it's probably not suitable for small children. Hot take.
Okay. All right, we won't bother Mai for that.
Speaking of hot, holy shit, it's on fire.
Lol.
It's like a burning Buddha statue thing. A lot of the we've seen the trailer already. A lot of that is burning. It's like set in, yeah. So maybe it's a bit like Bloodborne, like all the other things in it that are a bit like Bloodborne, and they're like purging this wherever it's set.
Do you think this will come at the end of the game, like Bloodborne? Like the burning scene?
I don't know. There's a shot later on of the character opening the doors, and it looks like he's walking into a burning room. So maybe. Like, okay, hot take, because this is like, spoiler, it looks way too much like Bloodborne for comfort. This might be a boss arena. I'm expecting like this to be a boss arena. Like it'll be like the Grand Cathedral.
Oh yeah?
Where you'll fight in a burning room and there'll be a huge statue at the end of it.
What if you fight the statue?
I'd be okay with fighting the statue.
Yeah, me too.
I want to fight a statue.
We were actually talking about this with Ike.
Yeah.
Because he's making me new drawings for the updated version of Music of Spheres. And one of them is this giant amygdala.
Yeah.
And it kind of looks like a statue, but you can't really tell. And we were like, oh my god, wouldn't it be cool if like some of the amygdalas were statues and some weren't, and you don't know which is which? And
that would have been cool, yeah.
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 Cool. So in the burning building, is there anything else? Is the statue holding something? Go to 8 seconds.
It's holding something in its hand, but you can't really see what it is.
Like a little laser gun? A little revolver?
I wish.
Maybe it is.
I wish it were a laser.
That's weird. A little snail shell?
Can we just talk about the cool forearm statues?
Is it coming up?
It's literally the next shot.
Okay, let's talk about that. Talk, Richie.
I love these and they give me hope.
They're pretty cool, and
they are.
They're missing their top arms?
I don't know if that's all of them or it's just that one that's broken.
And, you know what it's doing with its hands? You know in high school, like, people would do a circle and then if you saw it, they would punch you?
No?
Like the circle thing, you do a circle with your fingers, and if you notice someone doing it, they punch you. That's what it's doing.
The hell is wrong with Canada?
Well, I'm just saying.
Do you think that's going to be an online component?
I think so.
You invade people and they make a circle with their hands, and if you center the camera on it, they punch you. That's how invasions work now.
Yes, I think so. But what about the statues to the left and right? I can't really make them out.
I can't see them properly either.
Well, the one on the left, does it look like a messenger, or am I just seeing things? I don't know.
I think it's just the same statue, but the arms are intact.
Oh, right? Yeah?
That's what I think, yeah.
Oh, I see. What about the face? It looks pretty angry.
Yeah, he does. He doesn't look happy. He's thinking, they promised me a starring role in Kuon 2.
Lol.
And instead I'm in Neo 2.
Okay. And there's a broken something behind and the light is coming through?
It's called a window.
No, it doesn't look like a window.
What do you mean it doesn't look like a window?
It has bars.
Well, yeah,
It has bars.
it's like a door or a window or something that's got a...
yeah, I don't mean like... Okay, when you say window, I think of a glass window.
Okay.
This is more like a...
What would you call it then?
Fudge. Like a screen?
Okay, yep, there's a broken screen.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
And light is coming through.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It means that this part's set during the day.
Okay, that's good. Let's move on to the next shot.
This looks really cool. I like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like, this is kind of artistic because there's the statue, right? And then it moves over and there's a guy
Yep.
who kind of looks like the statue.
Yeah, and he's whittling a doll like we joked about Gurman doing. So clearly
Yeah.
they listened to that podcast and they ripped us off.
And like we were saying in the previous version of this, maybe he is actually whittling a doll, and maybe this doll will have a soul, and maybe it will level you up or something.
Yeah, I would love that. I wouldn't.
Richard is very hyped.
So yeah, he does appear to be whittling. If you skip forward to like 13 seconds,
Yeah.
he does look like he's whittling human figures out of some kind of wood.
Can you make out what he's actually trying to make?
Well, there's one behind him. Like there's... Oh no, that's his leg.
That's his leg. No, that I was... At first I thought he was like
Oh,
maybe
do you know
doing
what?
something
Yeah,
with his leg.
I thought it was... I thought the thing on the far left of the frame, I thought that was like a doll head with hair. That's his knee.
Yeah, no, what if he's making a leg for himself?
Yeah, I think he might, because like you end up with an artificial arm. So I'm thinking maybe he is making artificial
Limbs.
Also, if you'll notice, he is holding the thing he's whittling between his ankles.
Yeah.
So maybe he only has one arm. And that's why he's holding it with his feet.
Or maybe this is... No, maybe this is him actually making your arm.
It might be, yeah.
Huh.
But I'm
okay.
wondering if he is going to have one arm, because
Yeah.
I don't know why he would hold it with his
Yeah,
feet.
you're right.
Otherwise.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Cool.
So at 14 we have Weird Kid.
Weird kid, yeah. Who's reading a book?
Weird
What's
kid,
the book? Can you make out the book?
No.
No, well, there's like a second where there's some light falling on the book cover. Like...
I don't think the book will be written in English, though. Well, it looks way too low res to read.
Yeah. Never mind.
Yeah. So that kid looks a lot like the mulberry tree twins from Kuon.
Huh.
At this point in the trailer, I was like, oh, this looks interesting.
Mm-hmm. You know what's
It
bothering
might be a
me?
bit like Kuon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know what's bothering me about the kid?
What?
The hair is not fancy and flowy like in Final Fantasy or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bothering
That's true.
me.
Well, Sin, this is a realistic game, as we're going to find out. None of your anime bullshit here. This is all very gritty and plausible.
Yeah.
Okay, so then at 16 seconds...
Is it the same kid or someone else?
I think that is the same. I think what happened... This looks like a flashback.
Okay.
Because this scene ends with the character that looks like you play as getting his arm cut off. Mm-hmm. So I'm guessing that is a flashback. You are with the kid, you get your arm cut off, and then you wake up with the creepy guy in the weird shack, and he has made you the new arm, and the kid has been watching over you while you were comatose or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So this is the part where, like, I start to think you're not going to do character creation in this.
Mm-hmm. Well, before we move on, the whole field kind of looks like the Hunter's Dream, right?
Yeah, but I don't know to what degree you're supposed to take this literally, because if it's a flashback.
It's a metaphorical flashback?
I don't know. Like, this might be like a weird, like, dream you have during character creation. But, like, this ends with what looks to be the character's arm being sliced off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the thing is, like, if this is a flashback, depending on at what point you create the character, I'm wondering if you always have to be this guy. Mm-hmm. There may not actually be character creation in it. Because the 4chan leak that we talked about with Ali, that mentioned the artificial arm working like a grappling hook, which we now know that it does. But it also said that you get, like, really horribly scarred. And then you basically get plastic surgery to be reconstructed. Huh. And that's character creation.
Yeah.
But from this, it looks like that's not what's happening at all. It looks like you are just that guy. And you're maimed by this other samurai, and then you just get the artificial arm and the game starts. Mm-hmm.
So where are you at now?
I'm at 30 seconds now where we get the Metal Gear Solid 5 style artificial arm reveal.
Awesome. And I don't know, when I'm looking at that, it reminds me of the doll's hands.
Yeah, it does actually. It's like that ball joint doll look.
Yeah, and that's why I told you, like, oh, maybe there's a soul of, like, someone else in the hand, and you use the hand to level up.
And I said, and you know, that's a plot point, like, done completely unironically in one of the Bionic Commando games. That your dead wife's soul is in your bionic arm. And she says, I'll always be by your side.
Oh my god, I predict content of games I didn't even know existed.
Yeah. And also, I said at that point, because that's going on Patreon because it's a bit too annoyed sounding to be on the real channel, that if it turns out that that's true and there's, like, a spirit in the arm voiced by Iveta Radislova that levels you up, I'm not playing it. I'm just done with it. So yeah, the arm we later discover works like a grappling hook. So that's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. Yep, that's one thing I'll say that's positive. Yeah, I don't know what to.
Well, let's move.
Obviously, that's the arm from the. Yeah.
And when you move to 35 seconds, you see more of the statues and the hairy guy.
Yeah, the statues are like...
But you know what? You already have your arm, but it seems like he's still whittling the thing.
Yeah, but he might make, like, different, like, he might make different arm attachments or something.
I don't know. I feel like maybe he's only making the statues, and the arm came from somewhere else.
Well, the arm looks like it looks like it might even be your bone that he's just reattached, and then he's given you a prosthetic hand.
Yeah. That's feels.
But yeah,
more like
this whole part of it, like, this is really interesting. Mm-hmm. This part here where you are, like, this whole thing with the weird man and the statues and he's whittling, and you have a weird monster hand.
Yeah.
And then the From Software logo, so I'm pretty hyped. And then the Activision logo, and we were like, uh-oh. And then Then it becomes like 45 seconds. It's okay. This looks like Neo.
Yeah.
You haven't played Neo, have? Oh no, you played the Neo demo and then you gave up because it was too hard.
Not too hard. It just didn't click.
Yeah. So that augurs well. Okay, and then at 47 seconds was, I think, the first sigh of the initial reaction.
Yeah.
Because the scene of, like, you are sneaking around a wall, there is a man with a burning torch and a hunting dog walking by. That's pretty much just, like, we had a game that was that.
Yeah.
Already.
Literally.
And this just looks exactly the same. But one thing I noticed after I'd finished sighing is that the character, he looks like he has a dedicated press, like, shimmying along a wall animation. Mm-hmm. He's not just like walking slowly. Like, it looks like there is some kind of, like, assuming this isn't pre-rendered, assuming this is actual gameplay, it looks like you can press up against walls and like move along them slowly as a sneaking thing.
Yeah.
So there may actually be, like, a properly functional stealth system in this.
Yeah, and I was thinking, like, I don't know, it looks like it's part of a cinematic or something, because it was kind of a cinematic in Bloodborne.
Yeah, I think this is probably gameplay footage.
I hope so.
Because it looks like that's a third-person camera view you would get during gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not a very dynamic camera angle. So, that looks kind of neat if it's more stealth-based. Because Bloodborne has, it sort of gestures toward there being stealth, and then it doesn't really do very much with it.
Yeah.
Because it talks about, like, hunters needing to blend into the darkness, but really you can just run around hacking everything up and it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, very much so.
Okay, then you're on a roof at 49.
I actually really like this, if whatever this is, like when you're on the roof. Like,
yeah,
this scene.
This also gives me some kind of hope. Because knowing that you have the grappling hook arm, I'm thinking, okay, you assuming you start on the ground and then you grappling hook up onto the roof.
Yeah.
And that interests me because one of the things that I brought up with you about what I was hoping for with this game is that the From games, especially the ones Miyazaki has done, lean very heavily into complex level design. And having the ability to traverse the levels in a new way would be like, is sort of what you need now after Bloodborne had this really urban environment. It was very complicated. You had all these multi-level buildings connecting to each other and you had all these like streets and towers and stuff, but you were still locked to Souls movement. Mm-hmm. So giving you the ability to climb up walls and jump onto buildings is exactly what I want to see. Mm-hmm. So I am happy that you're on a roof. I am less happy with, oh look, it's another mob of people with burning torches.
Yeah.
Because, like, that was in Bloodborne. Also, like, yesterday I was playing Dark Souls Remastered, and there's also mobs with burning torches in that. And, like, it literally looks to be the exact same animation. They've just copied it onto a different model. So I'm like, yeah, let's just keep going.
Okay.
Creepy kid.
Oh wait, you're kneeling? Wait, you're kneeling. Is this the
this is
leveling
gonna
up?
be, if this is, I hope it isn't, but it probably will be. Actually, yeah, that kid will turn out to level you up, I bet. Mm. Maybe this is Kuon 2. And it'll be like how Bloodborne was kind of Demon Souls 2, and it'll reveal that, like, this is the same world as Kuon.
Oh, that could be cool.
Yeah, but I wish it was actually just more like Kuon.
But then again, this kind of looks like you're just, like, sort of bowing to the kid and, like, maybe bringing news, not necessarily leveling, you know?
Yeah.
Like, the kid is running up to you. Unless he really wants to level you up. Unless he's like, oh my god, did you hear? Sin beat Seath with 1 HP, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, sorry, the Neo auditions are the other way.
Okay, well, there's more sneaking at 53.
Yeah, see, at 53 there's sneaking, but, like, I think that might be a pre-rendered cutscene just because of the camera angle.
Unless they have really original camera angles.
Yeah, they might, but like the sneaking along the wall thing, the camera is just sort of there, which makes me think that is third-person gameplay. Here, the camera is like it's angled low, and it's a bit more like artsy and it as the scene continues, it goes up into the floorboards, which makes me think that is a cutscene of you sneaking. I don't know if there's actually going to be like a dedicated sneak under things animation. Yeah. I'm trying to see what the two guys up there are holding. I think they're just like...
Let's see.
They look like saws, almost. Like a weird sort of serrated thing.
Oh, I see. Oh, no, it looks like those...
I can't tell what those are.
You know those finger traps?
So it's going to be about... Is that how online's going to work? So the two online gameplay mechanics are punching people if they see that you've made a circle with your fingers. But that will be exclusive to the Canadian version, because I've never heard of that. And the second one is Chinese finger traps. You just play pranks on other players.
Yes!
There's an online joke and prop store that you buy things with. And just leave like whoopee cushions lying around.
Yeah.
Give people tins of peanuts that have like springs with snakes on them in them.
Okay, so moving on.
Moving on.
55. That was your favorite scene.
55. Oh yeah, this is another deep sigh moment. When I'm like, yep, that is literally just the opening a large door animation from the Souls games. The door is exactly the same size and shape as the doors in those, and as you can see, like, there's fire behind the door.
Oh!
So I think...
Yeah.
This is what I was thinking, because, like, spoilers, this looks very predictable. What's going to happen is, like, this would be the equivalent of when you open, like, the Grand Cathedral doors and you see Amelia praying at the altar in the distance. Like, you're going to open the doors, there's going to be the big burning statue, and there'll be, like, a boss standing in front of it.
Do you think this is more toward the beginning, middle, or end?
Oh, well, given the prominence of the burning statue at the start, I'm thinking, like, maybe this is an early boss encounter. Because it looks like they want you to notice it. Which we were talking about, like, when Bloodborne was first shown off, they just showed off Hamwick.
Right.
And Hamwick wasn't the first area of the game at all. So, yeah, I don't know.
Okay. So let's see what's next. Oh, you're walking with your freaky arm?
Yep.
You're approaching 3 people?
Yes. And here was the third deep sigh moment coming up.
But look at the guy. He has a big sword and like a cut on his chest, and lots of details.
Yep. Yeah. He's a big beefy boy. Do you think he's going to be the Gascoigne of this game?
Oh, he might be.
And everyone's going to be into. He's going to be like the bear that everyone's really into.
We'll have to see. Only time will tell.
I'll keep an eye out on my usual haunts to see how much fan art this guy generates by the end of the day. Okay. So then we come to the third big sigh moment. And I think the point at which I officially began to lose patience, which is he transforms the arm into an axe. Like, the axe sort of shoots out and lands in the hand.
Yeah.
And then he does the exact same axe attack animation from Bloodborne, and then follows it up with a riposte move with the katana. And then I realized that it wasn't going to be Kuon 2 at all. It was going to be the same thing. The thing is, like, we don't know how it plays. but just on the basis of the animations, it looks like really, really close to how Bloodborne played. But there's some other stuff later on where we will talk about, like, they look to be some alterations to it. But yeah, it just, like, the amount of stuff, like, I know I've played Bloodborne more than any normal human should, but even people who just played it a couple of times probably recognize, like, that just the same set pieces and the same animations are being recycled in this.
Yeah.
And the way they were talking about, like, it's going to be similar to Dark Souls, but not Dark Souls, and, you know, it's like it's a new IP, and the way they showed it off was like, oh, it's like Eastern horror influenced, and then to see it and it's just like mobs with burning torches and the same animations, and yeah, let's just keep going.
Yeah.
Okay, so 119 to 110 is the grappling hook.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I'm happy again. If you could chart my mood throughout the trailer, it's pretty good up until the it's like up until about 147. It's quite good. Then it turns out it's just going to be, oh, I think I know where this is going. And it goes down for a very long time. But then at about 1:08, his arm is a grappling hook. And he flies into the air and jumps on a roof. And I'm like, okay, that's good. So, yeah, like, we kind of already talked about the grappling hook, but this is, to me, the most interesting part of it. One thing that I guess disappoints me just specifically about the trailer is that this is all in, it's in these, like, mountains and plains outside of a city. You can see the city in the distance, and what I'm interested in is seeing the grappling hook in action in the city. I'm, like, I don't know how interesting it is outside, but in an urban environment with lots of different structures and that are all different heights and all these roofs and things, I think the grappling hook could be really, really cool, but we only ever see it really used to climb a mountain in this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at 116, it's something you've mentioned before.
Right, yeah. This is something that we noticed when we're talking about it, is that during this fight and then another fight later on, there's this on-screen kanji prompt that sort of just pops in above the character, and we don't know what it is, but it looks like it could be, it's a cue to do something. It reminded me a lot of Metal Gear Rising, where in that if you you'll occasionally get this on-screen prompt that says, what is it, like Zantetsu or something. And when you see that, you can go into like this extra damage mode. And it's sort of like a QTE thing. And we were wondering if like that is just a cue to do something, if it's the equivalent of, you know, like in Bloodborne when you parry someone, you get like that sort of that audio cue. It's like pshing. Mm-hmm. It doesn't like, it's not diegetic sound, it's to cue you to know that you can now riposte. Mm-hmm. So we're wondering if it's like that, if it's like this is the cue that you can now do something, or if it is actually a QTE thing, and that's just the cue to press a button and you'll do something automatically. We don't really know.
And you know how we were talking about shields? And if you go to 117, it kind of looks like the shield, whatever it is coming out of his hand.
Yeah, it looks like for the way I think the combat seems to work is you've always got your sword in your right hand. Uh-huh. And then the left hand can be, like, looks like that's kind of Bloodborne style trick weapons. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if, like, you maybe pick one and you stick with it, or you can swap them out freely. Like I'm wondering if you can only swap them out at like save points or whatever.
Right.
Or you can just equip however many you want. And switch between them.
That's cool.
But yeah, the shield is coming out of his. It's like this looks interesting.
Yeah, I didn't notice that the first time. So he jumped down on someone and stabbed them in the face. Oh, this guy, the chain guy. He looks a little bit like Gascoigne, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. They're really pushing the envelope. Also, like, he's huge.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they talk about this being a dark fantasy game. There's nothing that fantasy-ish going on in the trailer apart from the mechanical arm. But, like, this guy is just gigantic.
Yeah.
He is a very large lad. And the way that he's sort of chained and he's got this, he looks like he's in the stocks or something. It makes me wonder if...
Oh, he just had a kanji appear too. I just saw it.
Yeah, if it's like people transforming into monsters is going to be like the plot again.
Oh, you think he transformed into this? Like he wasn't just born
well,
like
he
that?
doesn't... It's not strictly speaking normal.
Well, if it's fantasy, that could just be who he is, you know?
Yeah, but like the way that he's bound up makes me think he's a monster they were experimenting on, and then he sort of broke free in a first for the series.
I don't know about that. He could still be like a giant they captured in the woods.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, when you continue, like after he throws you really far, this guy, is he breathing on the sword?
He's like
128?
he's spitting on it.
Is he spitting acid?
I don't know. I think it's if I had to guess, like this is probably the end of a scene where you can see he's got a flask on his hip, like a sake flask.
Yeah.
So I think what probably happens is like before that shot, he takes a mouthful of the sake.
Oh.
And then he like he sprays it onto the sword before the fight.
Interesting.
As like his psych up move.
Oh.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
There are little embers. So is this the same burning building we see before?
I thought you can say there's embers. Is this Dark Souls 3? And it was going to be an Aegon-esque obsession with particle effects.
No.
What do they mean?
I'm not that attentive.
Yeah, all of this looks like it happens in roughly the same area. So I'm guessing it is the same burning building.
Mm-hmm. And then he sort of fights you.
Sort of, yeah.
Oh yeah, and the green staff or whatever, the sake is still on the sword.
Yeah, maybe that's how weapon buffs work. Like you can buff your weapons by vomiting onto them.
That's pretty gross. Would definitely psych your enemies out. And okay, I see that you already killed his friends, right? Those are the corpses
I guess.
around the fight?
Maybe. Okay, so here's the part at 138 where like you appear to die.
Yeah.
Then Big Boy walks off. And then you get this like pink aura thing and come back to life again.
Mm-hmm.
And I really, really hope that is not you play as a character who is immortal and you can die over and over and over again, and when you die, you drop all of your stuff on the place where you died and have to run back to it. But I have a horrible feeling it is.
No, I think, because it does say shadows die twice, so I think what this is like one extra life that you have in this instance. So like if he kills you again, you die for real.
Boss. You get 2 shots per
or
boss.
something like that, yeah.
Do you think it's sort of like going into human form?
Yeah.
Like if you went into human form and then died and then you just came back instantly in hollow form.
Yeah.
That might be cool, yeah. I was thinking it was going to be more like, they meant it metaphorically.
Oh.
That,
wait, what metaphor was it? I need to hear this.
Like shadows die twice. Like the metaphor would be like, when you came, like when you became this life of like a wandering mercenary or whatever, that was you dying. Like you've cut yourself off from the world, so you've died.
Uh-huh.
And then you'll die again at some point, so you've actually died twice.
Wow, that is so poetic.
You know, it's like when you seek revenge, dig 2 graves, sort of thing.
That's cool.
Yeah.
No, I think it's
but
my
no,
thing.
probably. Yeah, if it probably will just be literal. Yeah. So it looks good.
Yeah, And then at
Yeah.
like 152, he jumps on the guy. Oh, so I see.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is what happened. The guy kills you, he walks off, and you revive, but he doesn't see you, so you can like sneak up on him and stab him in the neck.
Yeah, that'd be. Although, like, weirdly, this looks pre-rendered, so I don't know what. The thing is, like, I don't know if jumping up on people is going to be part of the gameplay, or this is just pre-rendered.
Mm-hmm.
Because the grappling hook lets you flit around and jump on things, so I'm wondering if they're going to bring in, like, Shadow of the Colossus style climbing on enemies and attacking them while you're climbing them. Because that would be interesting.
Yeah. And then another favorite, vermin.
Yep, more centipedes.
Oh, at 159, what are those gears? Is that a face with gears?
Well, actually, no, let's go back to 158.
158, okay.
Because you can see that they look like they're crawling toward, like, a red swirly thing.
Red swirly thing, let me see.
Red swirly thing.
I see I see what you mean. I thought it was like a bonfire. Yeah.
Probably is a bonfire.
But then, what is that thing at 159? It looks like a skeleton face with gears.
No, I think it's a, the gears are more centipedes.
What? Holy moly.
What, I think, I don't know what exactly we're talking about, but I think they're just centipedes crawling in circles and they look like gears because of the legs.
But, okay, they're the teeth and they're the centipedes. Oh, yeah, you're right. But what is this?
Yeah.
Oh, I know what this is. This is another one of those dolls like we see in Ashes of Ariandel at the last boss arena.
Do you think this will explain Ashes of Ariandel?
Yeah.
It'll explain what the deal with that doll is. Yeah. Classic Miyazaki.
Yeah. And the guy has a red eye if you go to 159. Do you see the face has a red thing?
Yeah, there's something embedded in the skull socket, but you can't quite see what it is.
And there seems to be like cuts.
I think the cuts are more centipedes.
Holy moly. But what about the big one on his chest?
What chest? It's a skull.
Okay, what I see is the big blob. You know, the skull is on top of the blob. I thought that was the body.
Oh no, yeah, you're right. That's that does look like a body because I thought that was a rock, but now that I look closer, it looks like cloth.
Yeah, and there's like a cut right toward.
Yeah, it might be like a mummified corpse or something.
Yeah, that's why I was saying that it's the Ashes of Ariandel thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad a From game finally has centipedes in it. So, okay, 201 is when we get to see the grappling hook in further action.
Nice.
There's another one of those weird kanji prompts as well.
But it's by the... is it above your head or is it by the flag thing? I guess it's above your head.
It's by the flag.
Is it?
Although it's possible... I don't know.
Well, no, it seems like...
It happened so quickly.
No.
No, what is... It's above a dead horse, seemingly.
No, I think it's above your head and you use it to dodge whatever's coming.
Do you think this is from subtly saying they're beating a dead horse?
Oh, now that you... Okay, it might be above a dead horse. I don't know.
But see, I don't know if it's above the dead horse accidentally or it was appearing above the guy on the horse, and because he's moving so quickly, he's outrun it.
Oh, I see what you mean. Let me see again. It seems okay. Or maybe it just generally appears on the screen and you have to do something to avoid the attack, so it's not really above anything.
It might be, because I can't tell because it's so blurry, but like...
Because you are dodging right after.
The banner in the background, like... Because there's a banner near the horse, right?
Yeah.
It might be saying do something to the banner. Like, you might be able to use the grappling hook to attach yourself to the banner.
That's what I thought the first time I saw it, but I don't know. It's just weird that right after the thing appears, you dodge or jump or whatever. So it seems like it was a indication for you to dodge, jump, or avoid whatever's coming. you know?
Yeah. And then he does something cool with the grappling hook.
Yeah.
Which sort of... This gives me some hope.
Mm-hmm.
Where he shoots the guy on the horse with the grappling hook.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, is able to... What does he do? He, like...
Oh, he does something cool.
Yeah, he uses it to sort of, like... It actually... What it reminds me of is the quick dashes in Bloodborne. Where you would parry something and then you dash toward and do the visceral. This looks like it's a longer range version. Like maybe you stun people, then you use the grappling hook to close the distance, and then you riposte them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, like at 213, he does another cool thing with his arm, I guess. Yeah, like you were saying, maybe it has different add-ons.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And then I don't know, that looks like a stun move. He does something and it makes the horse rear up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, before that, at 210, he sort of avoids an attack by hitting it. Like a parry.
Yeah, because there was the umbrella parasol shield thing, but it looks like this is going to further distance itself from the Souls ones by... It looks like you just parry and block with a weapon.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting.
Similar, I guess, to Neo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it does. It looks a lot like Neo, but again, we don't really know how it plays.
Mm-hmm. Cool. And then there's the title.
And then, yep.
What does it mean?
Sekiro. I don't know.
Let me ask my...
What if she's not up? I mean, my sleep's like 4 hours a night, so she's probably up.
Yeah.
But
okay, and then it says shadows die twice. Okay, and then there's a G in the corner.
that's the GameSpot logo.
No, it's like GG scrub. And then it just
and then he's
appeared.
crossing a bridge.
Yeah. For a
And there's a
second,
big snake.
Richie, for a second, I'm like, oh my god, was that G logo there the entire time and I just noticed it? But no, it's like the YouTube embeddings. Okay. Yeah, sorry. So he's crossing the bridge to...
Is there a way to turn off the giant GameSpot logo in Fallout 76 trailer? I don't think there is.
Annotations, I think?
No, I turned
Auto?
annotations off. What if this is just part of the game?
This appears as you cross the bridge.
It's how they funded it. It's a new Activision Activision idea where just during the game you get ads for other games.
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay.
And yeah, a giant snake shows up as you're crossing a bridge.
Yeah. So the bridge, where does it lead to? There's nothing at the end, right? That's significant.
I don't... Well, you can't... It just leads
Calm
to the other
down,
side of the
Richie.
bridge.
We know it leads to Ariandel, okay? It leads to the church.
Oh god, this does look like the bridge
To the church with Frida.
I wonder if when you get to the other end of the bridge, you can cut the bridge and it falls down and then it becomes a ladder.
Probably. But what do you do with the snake?
Actually, no, it looks slightly too wide to do that.
So the snake appears. Do you think this is a cinematic thing or is it like a game thing?
It probably attacks you as you're crossing the bridge in the game, and they've just spoiled it.
Yeah, I really don't
Oh,
like
do you know
that.
what? Do you know what I think is going to happen?
What?
The snake attacks you as you cross the
It
bridge.
eats
That
you.
breaks the bridge. No,
Oh.
and that breaks the bridge, and then you fall down to another area and fight the snake down there.
Oh, okay. What I think is it's gonna eat you and take you to that kiln thing or whatever.
Okay, yeah,
You're gonna fight Gwyn.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then someone says, many kingdoms have risen and fallen on this spot.
Yes. And actually, it's Dark Souls 4.
Yeah. It's a cycle.
Bitch. Deal with it.
And then you have to collect 30 of the Covenant rewards you get for the making a circle with your fingers and then getting hit Covenant, which it will turn out, due to poorly designed matchmaking, won't work. So you'll have to grind on the centipedes for 4 days.
Oh god. And the final boss is Yorshka.
Yes. Okay, if the final boss is Yorshka, I will definitely play it. Just as an excuse to finally get rid of her.
But as we know, there are at least 2 Yorshka, and she spawns infinitely, so you can never beat her.
Yorshka reproduces asexually, she just buds. No, it's like the Sorcerer's Apprentice, and every time you kill Yorshka, she splits into 2 other Yorshkas.
Well, this was much more positive than the first thing we did.
It certainly was, and it still wasn't that positive.
Well, I don't know about that. It was pretty good.
It is going to depend on what we find out about the actual gameplay.
Yeah.
Because what they have shown off here is just like, it just looks like Neo. With slightly, not even with more fantasy, with kind of less fantasy, honestly. Because Neo had Oni and all the Japanese mythology MVPs showing up. This I said this in the one that we're not releasing officially, but if I were watching E3 trailers and I saw this, I'd think, oh yeah.
Yeah.
The only reason we're still going is because it's From Software.
Yeah.
But really nothing in this is especially intriguing to me. But this is literally the first trailer.
Mm-hmm.
So I am just going to wait and see what else we find out about it. But right now, there's nothing that really stands out to me.
And I asked Mai, what does Sekiro mean? And she replied with...
It's a name.
Do you have any guesses?
Is it a name?
No.
Is it Japanese for Dark Souls 4?
Okay. It means one...
Old Hunter Yamamura's Big Adventure.
Okay, it means one-armed wolf.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then Mai says, there is more implication than that with the meaning of wolf and certain types of samurai, but that is the translation.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
thank you, Mai.
Thank you, Mai. Hearts for Mai.
Okay. Now freeze frame it like weed and tell me what every single kanji means on those banners.
Oh, wait, we can actually do that.
No.
Okay, we can ask with one. Let's ask one.
She's suffered enough.
Has she, though? Give me one.
She's not me.
Let's do the one above the dead horse. The dead horse kanji.
Yes.
Oh my god.
This is a metaphor for the series.
Oh, let me find it. Oh god.
I'll take a screenshot. Hang on.
Oh, why do they move so fast?
Because he's on a horse.
They should have had that pre-prepared for the fans. Here are the screenshots of the kanji that we know you will notice. Okay, it's at 205.
It's 204? Between 205 and 206. That's very annoying to pause.
Okay. Oh, fudge! I just missed it. Okay.
This kind of reminds me of the one really good part of Skyward Sword, where you have to fight this 6-armed robot golem thing, but you fight it with a whip, and then as you use it, you pull the weapons off, and then you beat it to death with its own weapons. Like, you rip the swords off its arms and then start bashing it with the swords, and then the swords break and you rip the sword off the other arm.
Damn. It's kind of like
Yeah.
beating an amygdala with its own arm.
It is actually, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let me download this stupid trailer and see if I can, like, pause things.
Hang on, I've got it.
In Final Cut. Yeah?
No, I can do it. Hang on.
Okay.
I'll send it to you.
Okay, thank you. Oh, this is so poor quality.
Well, that is 1080p according to the YouTube.
Let's see. What does that mean?
It means Yoshka.
Okay, so let's see. I guess I'll try to edit this tomorrow or within the next couple of days.
Yeah.
And then eventually I'll edit the patron thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Just point out, like, I initially didn't like Bloodborne either. So
Really? How could
it's possible this will grow on me. I did not like Bloodborne the first time I played it.
What?
It took me like a few months.
Are you serious? So you had the same experience
Yeah.
as me?
No, because your experience was it was too difficult.
No, I hated it. For whatever reasons, I really hated it. I mean,
I just thought it felt like it was unfinished and there wasn't a lot of build variety, and like some of the stuff toward the end I just thought was grotesque for the sake of being grotesque. And then eventually it kind of grew on me.
oh.
But yeah, so like I'm open to being more positive about this later on, but just nothing grabs me right now.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's see what Mai replies. Come on, Mai, it's been 2 minutes. She probably went to sleep. Screw you guys.
Yeah.
Screw you, nerds.
Well, yeah. I'll just draw it in Google optical character recognition.
Oh, snap.
Okay, hang on. When the Old Hunters trailer came out, I did all of the subtitles from the Japanese version in Google optical character recognition.
Oh, snap.
Because there's the bit where they say a call to the bloodless, but I did not know what bloodless meant. And I didn't know she was saying bloodless because it's sort of drowned out by the music, so you just hear like, a call to the...
Yeah.
So I ended up downloading the Japanese trailer and doing optical character recognition on the subtitles, trying to figure out what she was saying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hang on. Oh, hang on. It looks like it might mean free. Or avoid?
Well, avoid would make sense.
Oh, if it means avoid, yeah, it might mean dodge now.
Like I said, why don't you listen to me?
Yeah, I was listening to you.
Now do another one. Like, I bet one means resurrect, and one means hit.
Okay.
Yeah.
What if it means exactly the same? Like it's the same kanji?
No.
Do you know, we haven't listened to the dialogue, have we? We've just watched it with the sound out. Okay, hang on. I've got it now. Hang on. This version looks much better. I'll just send you this.
Okay. Oh, no. I listened it with a little bit of sound. I guess you did too, the very
Because
first time.
the dialogue is in English, but I turned it down as soon as we started watching.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, watch it again.
Okay, I'm trying to draw the kanji for you. I can draw it quite cleanly, but it doesn't seem to be recognizing it. Huh. Maybe it's drawn in like a really, I don't know, like a really stylized way. Are you still there?
Yeah. I'm watching the trailer
Okay,
with the sound.
Okay, what are they saying?
Nothing extraordinary.
Cool.
There's a lot of
Pipe.
noises and sounds. And music.
Yeah.
It's very intense.
Oh, it looks like that one says danger.
Huh.
So I guess they're just like prompts saying like, avoid this is dangerous. Gonna tell you what. I'll watch with the sound now. Hang on, can I watch it with subtitles in English?
So you're awake.
Oh, let's see.
There's no closed captions, okay.
Looks like death.
But I want to listen to it. I want to read the canonical subtitles. So you're awake. Oh yeah, looks like death is not your fate. So like you died at the beginning. So die twice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it does look like it's literal. You died and then came back to life again, and then I guess you'll die again later on, so you died twice.
So deep.
The subtlety is incredible. Oh no, he says death is not your fate just yet, meaning you will in fact die twice.
Gascoigne even sounds like a troll from Bloodborne.
He said some time has passed since I found you. Okay, your master still lives. They'll soon make use of his blood. Blood something? They'll soon. He might be saying bloodline?
Yeah, bloodline. Yeah.
Are you sure they're saying that? Yeah, bloodline. Good. I'm really interested.
Bloodline, Kinehurst bloodline.
Don't get me fucking started.
The limb you have lost will give way to something more useful.
The limb you lost
You'll
is
learn to appreciate
hang
its
on, here we go.
worth.
The limb you lost is given way to something more useful. You will learn to appreciate its worth. Oh god, that is the fucking... That's like the troll noises.
Yeah, I guess I was a little ahead of you in the trailer.
Yeah.
By a lot. Yeah, it's the troll noises.
Your death won't come easily.
Your death won't come easily. I think we are going to be someone who just endlessly resurrects after death for the very 5th time. 6th time.
Aww.
One thing we didn't talk about is it looks like the guy on the horse also has a, like, rope chain weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe he has a mechanical arm too.
Not necessarily. Let's see.
No, maybe you beat him and then you get a mechanic. Like, conveniently, all the bosses will have weapons that attach to your mechanical arm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does he have an arm? Does it come out of his arm or does it come out of his stick? You know, he has a big stick, and I think it separates in two, and that's where the other thing comes from.
Oh god, probably, yeah. Yeah, it'll be like the threaded cane.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's going to be lots of waving string around. Good.
Oh, also, something we mentioned before is that these horses, I guess this horse and the guy riding it,
Yeah.
kind of reminded me of what Sana DSK found in
Yeah,
Bloodborne.
but like that was an undead creepy horse. This just looks like a regular horse.
Yeah, but I wonder if it's sort of a foreshadowing.
Well, they foreshadowed this in the cut content of Bloodborne.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. But, I mean, wouldn't...
No, weirder things have happened
But, because it is...
when you look into cut content in things.
Yeah, but because that stuff that Sana found kind of looks like samurai things, right?
Well, do you know what I think that is, though?
What?
Because we now 98% know that Bloodborne was going to be Demon Souls 2 explicitly.
Mm-hmm.
So I think all the medieval cut enemies were going to be the reveal. Like when you went... I think the idea is you would go into the Chalice dungeons, and then the bottom of the Chalice dungeons would just be Boletaria. And it would have these, like knights with arrows stuck in them enemies.
Uh-huh.
But it was cut super early, so...
Okay.
But, like, I think that seems to be the most reasonable way of, how they would have tied the two together. Which is rather than, like, it's Thumaru. Like, you would go down and... Instead of Thumaru Eye Hill, it would be Boletaria 1-1 or something.
Okay.
To just sort of tie them together.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's it. I think we did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should I take a screenshot of that fight and, like, tweet it out and talk about how honest it is that From are including a lot of beaten dead horses in this?
Yes, of course.
I won't.
Yeah, I think that's it, Richie.
Yeah. Yeah, that is it.
Well, thank you for doing this.
That's alright. We got 80 minutes out of this. No, 100.
1 hour 40 minutes, so 100 minutes.
Yeah, we're on 100 minutes of, which is almost as long as we got out of that trailer, the first trailer.
Well, except only half of this will be published.
Yeah. Thank God.
I like how we sort of made a decision to turn this podcast around.
Yeah. I just want to say right now, there is I won't say a good chance, but like, don't hold your breath if like I don't have a great deal to say about this or ever do anything relating to it ever. It's possible there is a lot more going on in this game, but this trailer does not really instill me with wow.
Yeah.
I can't wait to play Neo again.
Well, the snake in the end was pretty interesting looking.
Yeah, well, it was a snake.
But it was like really big.
But this, like you said, the snake was coming. I thought it was Framtor Karth, and it's like, no, Framtor Karth have like a really eerie, creepy design to them that is like half human, half snake, leering face with giant teeth. That's just a snake, and it's big.
Oh my god! Maybe it's the... Okay, I don't know if you ever seen the lore I did on the Millwood Knights.
I think I might have.
Well, maybe this is the world serpent from there.
Okay.
Yeah, it ties it all together.
So you think like the Norse world serpent has gone on holiday to Japan?
Yes.
Time for a change.
Yeah. Who doesn't need a nice vacation once in a while?
Well, From could probably do with a change.
Burn. Oh, there was a sick burn that you delivered. I don't remember what it is. But I just remember being impressed.
See, contrary to what the law tells you, corporations aren't people. So, I don't care about being mean to, like, a legal entity.
Well, you see, that's how I feel about you, Richie.
What? That I don't really have feelings?
Yeah. You're an entity.
Just an entity. I was referred to as an amusing object by a lecturer once.
Well, there we go.
Okay, so we finished recording about 5 minutes ago, and I was thinking, it's interesting Miyazaki didn't go back to the Berserk well for this, and then I remembered that the main character of Berserk has a mechanical hand that has, like, stuff built into it, like a crossbow and a cannon and stuff. So, yeah, he really is just going back to Berserk again, so I'm,
So maybe this is going to be really good.
Just a little addendum. and like in Berserk when the guy loses his arm, like he's also nursed back to health by like a creepy old guy and his young apprentice.
What about whittling?
I don't know. I haven't like read all of Berserk because it's a gigantic tome that I will maybe have time to read if I live to be 200.
I kind of skimmed through it at some point.
Yeah.
There was a lot of Bloodborne and Dark Souls, and
Berserk is very heavily influenced by the Dark Souls series. Like how Earthbound is very heavily influenced by Undertale. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.